going on in the world of AI at the moment? What's Oracle developing, and what sort of things are in train that we can expect to see in the future?
Yeah, it's a great question, and thank you for having me on today. So at Oracle, we're investing in AI to make it pervasive across the capabilities and the functionality that we deliver. And it's interesting from the conversation I just heard, the concern about AI, but we're actually finding a growing demand for AI. In fact, we just recently completed a survey about AI at work. This is our fourth in an annual survey where we're studying the interactions between individuals and technology at work. And with the pandemic and everybody feeling very disconnected and not very motivated about work and really struggling financially and with mental health, we found that 82% or 77% of individuals across the UK specifically are specifically looking for technology to help them drive their future. And in this case, artificial intelligence is exactly the kind of technology that they're looking for. Technology that's going to help them recommend ways to learn new skills, to identify the skills that they need to grow their careers, ways to identify new career paths that traditional processes and human interaction wouldn't necessarily identify. With artificial intelligence, we're able to embed an understanding of skills and adjacencies so that the robotics within the application can make these recommendations that are really unique and insightful for individuals. And that's just a small example. We're looking at AI across the entire release of capabilities that we have across Oracle and finding new ways to bring value to individuals.
Yeah, it strikes me that sort of artificial intelligence and machine learning could be applied in almost any sector and replace almost any job. But, is there not a risk that that isn't a desirable thing to do?
Well, certainly we do want to use artificial intelligence, not just to replace jobs, but to augment people in their work, to make work more palatable. We want to remove the friction. We want to remove the things that people don't want to do in their jobs, right? So robotic process automation and an early stage of artificial intelligence. Let's take the drudgery out of our work. Let's have that administrative work and those automated processes removed from our jobs so that we can focus in new areas. Now, it's true that AI is coming in and enhancing and replacing some of the work that we've done, like drivers, for example, in the lorries, right? Their jobs oftentimes are now being disrupted as automated artificial intelligence is being used to drive those cars and trucks. But then what happens for those displaced drivers? They have an opportunity to upskill and find entirely new types of work, drone operators, operating and operating the AI, designing the AI, but in everyday work as well. As artificial intelligence is taking over bits and pieces of our work, new opportunities are opening up for us as individuals. And in fact, if you look at the studies, there are many studies by many different organizations that show the number of jobs actually created by the advent of artificial intelligence is actually greater than the number of jobs that are going to be lost to artificial intelligence.